Life's a negotiation. Today we're negotiating between being cool and having our window unit on and hearing me. I'll try and use my outdoor voice and not my library voice today. This solstice time, many people traveling this weekend. May they be safe. May their trips be filled with joy. Reflecting on housekeeping, what's the state of your bodily house today? Reflecting on the postural pointers I gave earlier before we began. Whereas, how do you identify stress right now in your body? Sort of the habitual stress, jaw, neck, shoulders, gut. Is there a master button, a master switch, maybe? Well, there's one question I didn't think to ask myself in my beginning practice, and I found it one of the most important questions in my intermediate practice. Is there a master switch? If I could just relax that point in my gut, in my abdomen, will the rest of the body relax? And I think from what I've discussed with other meditation teachers and learned from my experiences over more than 20 years of meditating and teaching, is that everyone has a different master switch. Well, some commonalities. I think the chakra system is a way of describing master switches for the rest of the body. I think acupuncture has defined some master lines and switches. But that gets very technical, right? And I think it's just a question of discovery by allowing the breath to sort of enhance breath and both mindfulness, or really just turn on the sensitivity, really a question of turning on the inner sensitivity, knowing what's here when we're breathing in and breathing out. What is here? And how can I become better at sensing what's arising and what's disappearing? It's a lot to ask someone to become more sensitive, but it's really the first step in mindfulness, or aware, but not just cognitively aware, to enhance our ability to sense subtle details, subtle shifts in the body. Sometimes we hold stress in like the left upper lung and not the right, or in a gut area, or in our hips, the jaw. One of my teachers, Thanisaro Bhikkhu, his secret weapon, master switch, was his palms of his hand. He would he found it to be a doorway into the rest of his body, so he could really go through and fine detail his palms, and then the whole body's stress system would switch off once his hands were switched off. Some people find the bottoms of their feet, or both hands and feet. Some people, like John Lee, recommend taking a large paintbrush rather than a small one and just blow sort of internal energy down through like the right leg from the hip down out through the foot. I find broad strokes like that to be really helpful too. Going down the other leg with just broad strokes, cleansing, clearing sort of clogged feeling of channels or stagnation, just introducing the movement into the limbs, making them feel open and heavy and spacious. Some people feel lack of movement or stagnation in the throat or the heart, upper heart, lower heart, back of the heart. And so bringing breathing with the breath into the heart and back out the heart, sweeping with large sweeping movements. Some people don't think about openness towards the back, or sort of like protective, one of those like roly, I don't know, what's an insect that has a hard back and a soft belly? Some of us have soft fronts, but we're tight at the back energetically. There's no movement there. So we need to send the breath energy outwards and backwards, introduce what I call 3 dimensions or 6 dimension, up, down, all around, all the sides, inner, outer. And this introduces spaciousness. As I said before, it's a solution to some of the hindrances that are getting in the way of our attaining calm insight or insightful calm, kind of ideal mental state for awareness to arise in. Meditation is a long journey, understanding the power of perception. It's the sort of it was the sort of end goal for the Buddha. Each meditation is a result of a sort of unspoken contract or relationship to a type of perception. Most of our perceptions of our body remain unchallenged. We believe we're a heavy, solid object, that our consciousness is confined here. It's a result of this solidity, this warm potato we call a body. But when we close our eyes and we open up to how the body senses itself, and we learn the inner language of the breath, things open up naturally. Things become a sort of field of subtle sensation. That's maneuvered by the breath. And so our perception of who we are changes from solidity to less solidity. And that is the path of freedom from suffering, from something that is latched onto as the body, something that is as an idea or an image, versus something that is felt. There's a path of embodiment, and there's a lack of centrality in that movement. It's a lack of centering, of selfing. And the less selfing, the less suffering. And so we begin to center as a sort of gathered feeling, the way the breath naturally and in different structures, it's constantly changing, the way like a breeze is never the same, the way it whips the leaves or the grass or the trees, it's always a little different. In the same way, there's a sense of a space and a structure, and there's an incoming breath from a different direction each time, sort of interacting with the space here. And we enter into a relationship of space, less centrality, less selfing. The more we enter into subtlety, sensitivity. And this is a challenge, right? This is a challenge for all of us because we cling to notions of solidity, weight, visual thinking, remembering, seeing yourself in the mirror. And this is different. This is a different relationship, and it's not easy. So be patient with yourself. We all learn together to cultivate this new relationship. And it feels more present when we're with this sense of space, this sense of incoming breezes interacting with structural things. There's a de-identification process happening naturally. We don't have to think about what we're doing anymore. We're just magnetically glued to the present relationship of the breath and structure, which creates pressure, temperature changes. And some perceptions enhance that glue. We become more clear and more relaxed at the same time. Not just more clear, we become more relaxed. And some perceptions put us to sleep. Some wake us up too much and make us restless. And so we look at how we're perceiving things. We investigate at the right time, not the wrong time. We relax at the right time and not the wrong time. We use our ingenuity and our skillfulness to keep that balance in view. calm insightfulness. Just work on these few points, trying to cultivate calm awareness. That is a good way of solving difficulties that may arise: sleepiness, restlessness, obsessive thinking. Usually, the cultivation of this calm presence and awareness is like putting on a rain jacket to keep the storms of the five hindrances at bay. So just cultivate calm insight just for the sake of cultivating it, keeping the mind protected from storms is a virtuous act in Buddhism, a noble one, worthy of our silence and respect. Who's aware? Who's the who behind your eyes, looking out at your inner world landscape? Look back. Is there really a permanent position there or an observer? There isn't, just really dissolve, really relax. Use it as an opportunity to let go, surrender completely to what's arising. There's no separation between the observer and the observed. There's just a field of sensation. This is relaxed knowing. It's a natural knowing of nature itself. One in which we don't exclude our environment from our descriptions of who we are. Environment is always present. The space around things manufactures things, turns them into objects. The objects don't exist without their environment. Just like light from a distant star doesn't exist out there, it exists in our eyeball. Photon that's traveled, touch our sensitivity. There's no separation. There's no distance between the self and the other. There's just the sensed. Try and carry this relaxed knowing throughout your day. Will bring great fruit to your practice, to your mind, the health of your body, creating calm everywhere you go, and a natural understanding of things as they are. May you be well. May you be well. May you be well. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.